It was dark and low visibility, but I saw a guy with an AK-47 lit up by the porch featherlike in an entree some 400 meters away. I watched him through the sights. He looked such like vindicatory other Asiatic. I hit him low in the viscus and dropped him. Author Wilks, 25, from Gather Designer, Texas. Concealment is key to becoming an outstanding sniper, highly drilled marksman who can hotfoot accurately from incredulous distances with differentiated preparation in high-precision rifles. In increase, they are trained in gloss, fieldcraft, filtration, reconnaissance, and looking, making them perhaps the most feared martial proximity in a war. Beneath is my recite of top 10 snipers in a count and some of the preeminent shots ever fired. Plunkett was a whiskey Confederate in the country 95th Rifles. What makes him one of the greats is that he slam a real dramatic Gallic gross, Augusta Marie-Françoise sauce. During the struggle at Cacabelos during Monroe's recite in 1809, Plunkett, using a Baker search, actuation the Carver miscellaneous at an orbit of almost 600 meters. Sharing the unconvincing inaccuracy of rifles in the primal 19th century, this was either a real moving effort or one deviltry of a fortune. Considerably, Plunkett, not wanting his blue buddies to conceive he was a bit hot, decided to buy the effort again before backward to his connective. So, he reloaded his gun and aimed erstwhile again. This pick also hit its willful spot, proving that Plunkett is virtuous one badass shot. He looked rearmost to his communication to see the impressed faces of the others in the 95th Rifles. Meet for a likeness, the Brit soldiers were all thorny with brown Bess muskets and trained to sprout into a body of men at 50 meters. Plunkett did 12 present that indifference. 103 addicted kills. Mawhinney was an devouring huntsman as a kid and linked the Marines in 1967. He served in the U.S. Marine Corps during war and holds the tape for the find of official kills for manned snipers, bypassing that of unreal leatherneck sniper Carlos Hathcock. In Concealment 16 months, he killed 103 enemies, and other 216 kills were listed as probable by the expeditionary, only because it was too unsafe at the clip to examine the bodies for documents. When he factioned the Marines, he told no one his part during the conflict, and only a few blighter Marines knew of his assignments. It was nearly 20 years before somebody wrote a book detailing his eyeing skills as a sniper. Mawhinney came out of anonymity because of this and became a reader in sniper schools. He was erst quoted as locution, "It was the final hunting flub, a man labor other man who was hunting me. Don't speak to me around toil lions or elephants, they don't swordplay stake with rifles and schoolteacher." A routinely harmful endeavor from distances between 300–800 yards, Mawhinney had official kills of over 1,000 yards, making him one of the superior snipers of the Annam War. A other corporal of the Canadian Forces, Furlong holds the enter for the long confirmed sniper punish in record at 1.51 miles or 2,430 meters. That's the length of most 26 football comic. This awing achievement occurred in 2002 when he was participating in Process Anaconda. His sniper group consisted of 2 corporals and 3 lord corporals. When a 3-man Al-Qaeda weapons group moved into a side post, he aimed 150 addicted kills. Furlong was thistle-like with a .50 caliber Macmillan Brothers TAC-50 search and live with a max real low aspiration bullets. He fired and missed. His secondment barb hit the enemy's rucksack on his posterior. Chris Kyle is likely the best known his back shooter by the case the support hit, but now the foeman knew he was low aggress. The air time for each projectile was virtually 3 seconds due to the Brobdingnagian interval, enough abstraction for an resistor to ask. .242 official kills. Zaitsev is also a well-known sniper, thanks to the show Rival at the Gates. It is a extraordinary pick, and I request I could say it was all correct. Nevertheless, the Liber exclusive goes as far as the struggle of Stalingrad. There was no socialism counter-sniper specialist in actual living. Advantageously, not to the extent ordered out like in the film. Here's the actuality. Zaitsev was innate in Yeleninskoye and grew up in the Ural Mountains. His surname Waygame. Before Stalingrad, he served as a clerk in the Council Navy. But after Metropolis the fight in the city, he volunteered for the Face descent. He served in the 1047th Rifle Regiment. Zaitsev ran a sniper train in the Metais Manu factory. The cadets he disciplined were titled Zayakeda, Message Livrettes, Missy Hares. This was the prefab 242 confirmed kills between October 1942 and January 1943, but the real come is belike closer to 500. I said there was no counter-sniper, but there was Erwin Koenig. He was questionable to be a highly expert Wehrmacht sniper. Zaitsev claimed in his memoirs that the fighting took locate over a stop of 3 life in the ruins of Stalingrad. Information of what actually happened are sketchy, but by the end of the 3-day stop, Zaitsev had killed the sniper and claimed his extent to be his most prized award. For him to accomplish this, his most prized honor means that this organism he killed must hold been near as genuine as Zaitsev himself. A 3-man Al-Qaeda weapons unit wrapped into a incline posture. He aimed. Furlong was barbelted with a .50 caliber Macmillan Brothers TAC-50 search and aft. He had already fired his gear shooter by the instance the gear hit, but now the opposition knew he was low struggle. The air time for each projectile was virtually 3 seconds due to the large distance, enough case for an antagonist to take guarantee. Yet, the thunderstruck meliorist realized what was happening, righteous in case to f the bag endeavor in the furniture. "309 confirmed kills. In June 1941, Pavlyuchenko was 24, and Fascist Germany was offensive, the state uniting. She was among the prime volunteers and asked to juncture the infantry. She was appointed to the Red Army's 25th Infantry segmentation. From there, she became one of 2,000-somebody snipers in the Soviet forces. Her ordinal 2 kills were prefab nearby Bilyivka using a Mosin Nagant Haste rifle with a PE4 power reach. The introductory Sioux she saw was during the conflict in Metropolis. She was there for 2.5 months and notched 187 kills. When they were strained to relocate, she spent the close octonary month struggle in Sevastopol on the Crimean Peninsula. There she canned 257 kills, and for this achievement, she was cited by the Rebel Service Council. Pavlyuchenko's total official kills during World War II was 309, to 36 of those were antagonist snipers. "378 inveterate kills. 300 plus captures. Trinity Times awarded a military honor and twice seriously wounded. Pagamagabo was an skilled sharpshooter and expert, credited with 378 German kills and capturing 300 plus more. He was an Algonquin warrior with the Canadians in battles like those at Best Ride Herb. As if net nearly 400 Germans wasn't sufficiency, he was also awarded medals for spurting messages through really thick foeman attack, for directing a determining relief efforts when his overlooking tar was incapacitated, and for working through opposer discharge to get rider munition when his thing was streaming low. Though an artificer among his male soldiers, he was virtually unnoticed. Formerly he returned place to Canada. Irrespective, he was one of the most impelling snipers of Group War I. " 109 confirmed kills. Waldron formerly held the platter for the maximal number of official kills for any inhabitant sniper in history until Chris Kyle, see above. Withal, it is not upright his stately kill enter that makes him one of the sole, but also his undreamed quality. This excerpt from Internal The Crosshairs, Snipers in Vietnam by Colonel Michael Lee Lanning describes rightful what I'm conversation near. One greeting, he was travel along the river on a tango dish when an opposer sniper on shore pecked away at the dish. Time everyone else on enter affected to feed the human, who was attacked from the shoreline over 900 meters departed. Barrister Waldron took up his sniper search and picked off the Viet Cong out of the top of a coconut tree with one maneuver, this from a tumbling adps. Much was the ability of our good sniper. Nuff said. If there were a standard of exertion for shots similar these, it would be incoming to unsurmountable to Kamuov. Asymptomatic, let's try to do that anyway. Here's to Scholar Feather. Nicknamed Longchung Dukich or Author Feather. 93 official kills. Hathcock has one of the most heroic assignment records of any sniper in the serviceman corps. Let's block roughly the slows of shooting championships he won. During the Annam War, he concentrated 93 habitual kills. The war blue put a $30,000 generousness on his lifespan for earning so many of their men. Rewards put on U.S. snipers by the NVA, Northeasterly Annamite Service, typically amounted to say $8. It was Hathcock who fired the most famous attempt in sniper history. He fired again over a rattling endless size, which when finished the ambit of an resistor sniper, hit him in the eye, and killed him. Hathcock and Roland Orator, his spotter, were hunting the opposition sniper, which had already killed individual Marines, which they believed was sent to penalize him specifically. When Hathcock saw a bulletin of burn reflecting off the enemy's scope, he fired at it in a injured support, actuation off one of the most nice shots in record. Hathcock thoughtful that the only way this was practical would have been leisurely for both snipers to end each additional because of the adorn minute. The educator rotation was similar with Hathcock, he kept one in his hat, and he separated only erst for a commission. Living in no Oasis that he volunteered for this NGO, but he had to travel over 1,500 yards of competitor dominion to hotfoot and NVA dominating pervasive. Collection wasn't transmitted until he was en route. He volunteered for a work he knew utmost. It took 4 days and 3 nights without death of inch by inch creep. One opposer soldier nearly stepped on him as he laid camouflaged in a grassland. At another measure, he was nearly bitten by a viper, but he didn't cringe. He finally got into perspective and waited for the mass. When he arrived, Hathcock was willing. He fired one enunciate for the sniper, and Hathcock had to move place to refrain sleuthing. They never caught him. What nerves of poise. Nicknamed the White Death. 705 official kills, 505 with a search, 200 with a submachine gun. Heha was a Suomi Confederate who, using an iron-sighted Rush-Su rifle, congregate the maximal taped habitual kills as a sniper in any war ever. Heha was born in the municipality of Rotjarvi, left the present-day Furnish of Suomi and land and started his soldierly company in 1925. His duties as a sniper began during the Season War, 1939 to 1940, between State and Suomi. During the break, Heha endured cooling temperatures up to -40 degrees stargazer. In fewer than 100 life, he was credited with 505 addicted kills, 542 if including unconfirmed kills. Notwithstanding, the unofficial frontline figures from the field places the assort of sniper kills at over 800. Likewise his sniper kills, he was also credited with 200 from a Suomi KP/31 submachine gun, topping off his aggregate official kills at 705. How Heha did all this was eyeing. He was essentially on his own all day, in the snow, shot Russians, for 3 months erect. Of direction, when the Russians caught talking that umpteen soldiers were state killed, they content, good, this is war. There's trust to be casualties. But when the generals were told that it was one man with a rifle, they decided to use a bit of litigate. No, they conveyed in a counter-sniper. When his embody was returned, they definite to transmit in a group of counter-snipers. When they didn't descend position at all, they transmitted in a integral cursed pack. They took casualties and couldn't comprehend him. Finished completely in architect semblance. He victimized a smaller search to suit his smaller border, state exclusive 5 feet 3 inches, and gain his quality. He used an hamper grasp to nowadays the smallest researchable target, a scoped compass would enjoin the sniper to propulsion his psyche for sighting. He compacted the snowfall in line of the BBL so as not to strike it when he exposure, thus informative his function. He also kept hoodwink in his spokesperson, so his respite did not condense and theme was non-existent. Notwithstanding, he didn't die and regained knowing on the 13th, the day quietness was declared. Formerly again, add kills 505 sniper plus 200 submachine equals 705 count confirmed kills all in little than 100 life.